Hey lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. As the thumbnail show, we are going to be making some Christmas DIYs, and at least one of those DIYs is going to be 2 feet tall. So what I'm showing you right here, lovies, is these new 12-inch wood planks or wood signs you can find at Dollar Tree. Loving them. I have so many ideas. Now they are a little bit thin, but they are serving a purpose as far as my crafts are concerned. So I am excited about them. So what I'm going to do here, or what I did off camera actually, is I did paint them in the color white. I think Wicker White by FolkArt. And I did that off camera. I also gave them a coating of Mod Podge because I was in withdrawals. I was going through withdrawals. I hadn't really decoupaged anything in a while. I mean, like really decoupaged. So I was just going through withdrawals. I was like, I gotta do this. I have to do it. It's a need there. So, but on this third one right here, or this first one rather, should I say, I forgot to add the Mod Podge. So that's what you see I'm doing right here. And I'm just going to give it one good coat. And the reason I do that is because once it dries, but not in this instance, I did put the cardstock on there while it was wet, but that's okay. I put it to the side and came back and, once it dried, and then you guys are going to see the process. But the reason we do that, let's get back to what I was saying. The reason we do that is because once it dries and you put whatever tissue paper, cardstock you want to put on top, and you apply the heat press or heat device to it, it reactivates that Mod Podge and it gives you a nice and solid seal. And if you're not about those wrinkles, it will also give you a nice clean wrinkle-free seal. So once I get that cardstock on there, and the reason I was not too concerned about this one really drying is because it was cardstock. It's, cardstock is thicker. It's not like napkin or tissue paper. And so I was like, you know what? It's going to work fine. And it did. It just pressed out all the wrinkles, got me some nice clean edges on there. And I just love this technique. I love using the sponge technique as well. There's so many different ones out there. But for this particular project, I did want this to be nice and crisp. And so I was able to accomplish that. So next I'm going in with my my finger sander and just getting rid of those edges on there. And so I set that to the side, and we're going to start with these laser wood cutouts. I picked these up at Michael's last year. I think they were either buy two, get two free, or I got them at like 80% off. I can't remember. I just remember stocking up on them. They had these, the Halloween ones. It was a lot fall, I think, too. I'm not sure, but it was quite a few. So I just stocked up on them, and they're originally priced only at $2.99. So it was a good deal to me. So I'm covering them in this, I don't know what kind of red paint that is. It's just red paint, okay? I don't know, but I think it's by FolkArt. So next, on the next wood square, I went in with this tissue paper that I had in my stash. I think it wasn't in the packaging anymore, so I think I may have gotten it at Hobby Lobby, but I'm not sure where I got it from. But any tissue paper would work. You can really make this your own. You can, whatever patterns you have, or paper you have, you can make it your own. So what I did here, because I should have cut the tissue paper down before I put it on the wood square. Oh my goodness, here we go with that talking. The wood square. But I didn't, and so I caught myself folding it in, and then I forgot to unfold it, and it just got glued to the to the sign underneath. And so of course the top layer was not adhered to it properly. So I'm just going back in right here, as you can see, with some Mod Podge and laying it down, because you can't really tell the other pattern that it's not going the same way underneath, which was pretty cool. So I just waited for that to dry, and I'll go back in and seal it. So this is the third one, and this is the third paper I'm going to use, doing the same technique that I've already done on the first two. The only difference here of what I did was I was like, you know what? I'm going to show you guys the burn technique if you haven't seen it, to remove that excess paper. And this is really cool as well. I do recommend having some type of either a wet napkin near you or a cup of water or something like that. But what this does is it removes any excess paper that did not come in contact with the Mod Podge, and it just really does all the work for you as far as getting rid of those edges. So I like this. I like doing this technique, but you know, just got to be careful with it. And so once I do that and it gets it all down, I just remove a little bit of the little crispies that remained afterwards. But it, as you can see, it was very minimal, and I just like the finished look of it. And sometimes it'll, well, most of the time it will burn the paper, but not like burn it to where it's like ugh, but but it will leave a little char there for you. So sorry guys. So once that's all done, we're going to start the assembly process here. So what I did off camera as well was took some of the wood planks from Dollar Tree, the ones that's 6 inches and they come 6 in a pack, and I just painted them in the colors. I did 2 of each. So I painted 2 colors of red, green, and then two, oh my goodness, the 2 sets, the set of 2s. Oh my goodness, the set of 2s for each wood sign. 1 set red, 1 set green, 1 set white. Hello. Okay. And what I'm doing here is I'm taking some of my Eileen's tacky glue and putting it together. And I'm going to add in just a little dabs of hot glue as well. And that's just for that immediate hold, of course. But once that Eileen tacky glue sets up, we're pretty much good to go. So once I get them connected together, I'm just getting rid of that excess glue there, as you guys can see. And I wasn't sure of how I was going to put this on. So I was like, you know, my best bet is probably to flip it over and slide it up. And here I'm just measuring it out to make sure I'm getting it centered. And on this first one, guys, I was pretty impressed with myself as far as that measuring goes, because I got it almost spot on. I even pulled out the ruler just to make sure, and I was like, okay. But did that happen on the other 2? It did not, but that's okay. So right here, I'm trying to see if my vision is going to work. And what we are making today, Lovies, are some stacked presents. You know how you see the ones that usually are like done with boxes and they're on the front porch? I wanted to do a version of that with these, because when I looked at them, that's what I saw. I saw presents. So I was like, we're going to try it. We're going to see if it's going to work, because it could either be a leaner, or I added a sign to it. I'm not a sign. I added a string to it because it is so lightweight. You could actually hang it on a door. But I'm jumping ahead. So right here is where you guys saw I was measuring, and I brought it up. It was still a little bit off, but you know, that's me. That's what I do. That's just what I do. Just don't ever get it right. So next I have some of this silver ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree. And at first I wasn't going to add anything to the top. I was just going to put some bows on top of them. And then I was like, no, it needs something to make it look like a present. And so that's where the ribbon comes in. And it also covers up where I connected those 2 planks together. Now, you could also do that and just add in some like wood filler or some type of plaster or something like that. And that'll just, or spackle, it'll just fill that little gap in. And, you know, once you sand it down, you won't even know it's there. But I was being lazy and I didn't do that. So this is my alternative. So I got these little bows off of, I think I ordered them from Temu, if I'm not mistaken. It would have been Temu or Amazon I ordered them from. And I honestly can't remember. No. So on the next one, I decided to switch it up a little bit and go in with a longer strip of that shimmery ribbon and give it a crisscross or a T-shape or whatever you want to call it present look. But I don't know, it, you know, it was just something different I tried, and I do that for the next well, for this one and the next one, I do the same thing, and then I add in the bows, and I think they started looking like presents, guys. I really do. So I really feel like I left too much of this in because the process was so repetitive. I just was, you know, the only thing different I did was just switch up the colors and the tissue paper. So I don't know. So I apologize if this segment was a little bit too long. I probably could have shortened it a little bit more. But nonetheless, we get to hang out together. We get to, you know, craft and laugh and do all these things. So what I'm doing right here is I took some of these half beads and I did cover that up. I used my miter shears to cut it in half, and I was just afraid that the bead was going to pop up. So I just took the other present to cover that, to keep it from just, you know, flying all over the place. And I'm just going to take the half beads. And again, for this project, I'm just using the basic colors of the red, green, and white. So I'm just playing around with them, you know, making, you know, for instance, like this red ribbon, adding in the white bead, a green ribbon, adding in the red bead, so on and so forth. And then I decided, you know, let's just give it a little bit of distressing to give the ribbon some definition. I didn't go too heavy with it, but I just wanted to bring some of it to life because you can't really see it because of the paint that I put on there, but it does have some defined lines in it, and so I just wanted to bring it together, or bring that out. And that was pretty much it. Like I said, I did this for what I did for one, I did for all three. So I tried to get through it as best as I can. And because this, I'm going to give you guys a heads up also, because it is a pretty large piece and my working station is pretty small. I tried to do the layout of how I'm going to assemble it, in hopes to give you guys an idea, but you guys will see it in the reveal of how it came together. Now, when I stack these up, I should have stood it up and stacked them up. I know that sounds crazy, but it was a little off to me, but it still got the stack present look I was going for. And how I adhered them together was just using a good amount of that Eileen's tacky glue along with some hot glue. And I really feel like this is going to be okay because the again, these pieces are super lightweight. They're not heavy at all. So I think they'll be fine. I don't see me having any problems with them. So here's what I'm trying to show you guys, how I'm stacking it out. But I hope it makes sense to you all of what I'm doing. And I did off camera add in some popsicle sticks, or the crafting sticks, to keep it secure together. And there I was measuring it, showing you that it came in at 28 inches. It exceeded our 2 foot tall requirement, or 2 feet tall requirement. And there it is. So project number 2, guys. But before we get into project number 2, I am so excited because I'm being joined by my girls, Kathy Jo from Kathy Jo DIYs, Jenny from Lovely Moments Creating, and Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs. We came together for another calm and crazy collab for you guys, the Christmas edition. And I cannot wait to see what these ladies have for you. They are phenomenal. They are so talented, and I care for each one of them dearly. They are so sweet and funny. I truly adore them. So if you happen to stop by here first, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you consider joining my YouTube family. If by chance, I'm sorry, if you didn't stop by here first, thank you for stopping by. And I hope you consider joining my family. But if you happen to stop here first, guys, I will have their information in my description box below. So stop by, check them out. I promise you, you will not be disappointed, because you have the calm Jenny and Brenda, and then you have that wacky Kathy Jo, which they all come up with phenomenal ideas. So go by, tell them I said hello, and I can't wait to see what they have for you guys. So as we get into this second project, I continued on with my decoupage, and then I had this stencil that I got off of Amazon. I think it says I fell in love with it. It says, deck the halls and not your family. Fa la 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 la. No violence this Christmas season, guys. It's a season of love, not violence. But I thought it was so hilarious. I was like, I had to do something with it. If I can find where where I ordered it from, I'll share that link in the description box. But it came in a pack of like, I want to say like 12 or 15 different stencils. And when I saw that one, I just got so tickled, because once y'all eat that ham on Christmas and get full, y'all, get a little testy. No, just kidding. But I thought it was a super cool. And then I thought it was a super cool stencil. And then the napkin, the little owls on there, their faces had me cracking up. I was like, that. I love this sign. It is so cute. And I had minimal bleeding, guys, with that stencil. I was really impressed with myself. So I did take the advice of one of my sweet subscribers, and I apologize. I can't remember which subscriber it was, but I did put down a little bit of the glue to help hold it down, and then I put some of the tape on it as well, and I think that helped with the bleeding. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I think I was supposed to put the Mod Podge over everything, but I felt like it would pull up the paint, because this did pull it up a little bit, but the bleeding was the minimal. I didn't even touch it up. You can't even tell. I know you can't tell. I didn't even touch it up. But I love this. Deck the halls and not your family. La 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 la. It's the season to be jolly. I don't know why that tickled me so. Anyway, okay, I had my moment. All right, so next, I went in with some of this jute twine and outlined it, because the colors, everything, I just felt like it needed something. And with these signs, because they're just so square, they do, you want to add something to them. And I kind of felt like that with the presents. That was the other thing too. Should I go back and outline those presents like in some black rope or something? I don't know. Let me know. It'll be kind of difficult, but it's okay. Just let me know that. So right here, I decided, you know what? We're going to go in and add in some faux snow, because of where the paint stopped and where that napkin had begun. I left it, unfinished. And I was going to put some rope or jute twine there, but I was like, no, I don't want to break it up like that. And so that's where the snow comes in. I did that in random spots throughout the sign, and I really like that look of it. So here, for the hanging piece, I'm taking some more of these beads, and I'm just rotating in colors, the red, white, and green. And I think I did a total of 9 on there. And I probably could have got away with doing 12, but I just capped it off at 9. And so once I feed them through, or feed the jute twine through the beads, I'm just going to go ahead and add them to the sign, of course. Hello, where else am I going to add it? But yeah, so I really love this, and I think I just kind of kept everything neutral, with not neutral, but the traditional red, white, and green colors, except for this. No, with the last project I did too. I just the base for the project was not red, white, or green, but I still stay with kind of those same colors. I don't know why. I was just feeling the red, white, and green here. And so what I decided to do is knot that through, coming through the front, and I'm going to add some knots on it, and you'll see that in just a few minutes. I just like the look of that, having the little knots in the front. No rhyme, no reason, just decided to do it that way because I'm me, and I think it looks cute. And so once I get that tied off, I am going to add little dabs of hot glue, as you can see there. I probably could just shut up talking and you guys will pretty much see what I'm doing. And so next I go in with some of these cute little bows. They're pre-tied bows that I ordered off of Temu, I think. Yep, off of Temu. And that's going to be pretty much it for this project, guys. So let me know how you feel about it. I think it's absolutely adorable. Now we're going to move into our third project, which is our final project of today. I have some more of those laser cutouts that I picked up from Michael's. This particular one says Seasons Greetings. I did paint it off camera in the color white. And then I have this pick that I picked up from Hobby Lobby, and it was already frosted and everything, or flocked. And I just cut it down, the stem off of it. I wanted to kind of mimic a Christmas tree here. And I'm just going in with some hot glue. I'm not using anything heavier in the event I want to redecorate this for another season. I'm just going to, I'm just putting in little dabs of hot glue on each piece, so it'll be easy for me to take it off if I want to. And I wanted to keep this piece pretty simple, guys, and I just love the way it came together. It looks really, really high end, and I just adore it. I think it's going to be a cute addition to my little space that if I do decide to decorate, I think it'll look cute there. So, or either I might take it into the office. I might do that. I took some of my fall stuff in to the office, and yeah, I think, yeah, I might do that. We'll see. So anyway, so once I get that on, I'm going to go in next with this little sleigh that I had picked up from Hobby Lobby. It was $3.49. I got it for 50% off. And so I painted that in the red color, but the bottom part, I'm going to take some of this silver rub and buff and added that to the bottom, as well as this little Merry Christmas cutout that I picked up from Temu. I'm going to add that to the side, and again, keeping this real simple. And so what I wanted to do with this was just literally make it into, I guess, a sense of like a wall sconce, a decorative wall sconce, I guess, but just a candle holder. That's what I wanted to do, not a real candle, but I just thought it would be super cute to add in a candle here. So next, I decided to go in with some of this pom-pom ribbon that you can find at Dollar Tree. They usually carry it for like Christmas and around Valentine's Day. I just cut the little pom-poms off to make them look like berries and added them to the tree, as you can see there. And I like the little addition, again, staying with that red, white, and green. Like I said, the only difference here is the background is black. And so next, I was going to put this clear snowflake on here, but you couldn't see it on the tree. So I took one of my white ones that I had in my stash. I added that there. And I know the greetings is a little low, but I think you still get the idea that it says greetings. And so what I'm going to do next, because I was looking, I'm like, it's missing something. Whenever I see big spaces like that just doesn't have anything, I don't know, my eyes just goes left. And I really, looking at it now, I think it looks fine, but at that time I was like, no, it needs something else. So anyway, so while I was thinking about that, I take some of my little furry yarn, add that to the bottom to give it that little snow effect. And so, I don't know, I let my mind get the best of me. I don't know if I added too much of the wrong things, but you guys can let me know. So what I did decide to do is add in some snowflakes. But in the final reveal, guys, you will see that I did add the Eileen's tacky glue. It hadn't dried yet, so you're going to see that come through on those snowflakes. So just know that part, okay? But here we are in the final reveal, guys. And if you have stuck around with me all this time, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the ride with me. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. And because you guys know I love to chat with you guys after each and every video. See, there's the little Eileen tacky glue. And don't forget, I am in collaboration with my sweet friends Kathy, Joe, Brenda, and Jenny. So stop by their channels and tell them I said hello, and I can't wait to see what they created for you guys. And also, I want to say thank you again, guys, for helping me reach my goal of 6,500. I appreciate each and every one of you. We are on a mission to see if we can get to 10,000 by the end of the year. I know it's not possible, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. So thank you, Kathy Joe from Kathy Joe DIYs. and Jenny Lovely Moments, creating, and Brenda with Rustic and Lace DIY. Happy crafting your days away, lovies. Until the next video, hugs and kisses. XOXO. Bye.